Hello and welcome back to Nerd Noob Gaming, where I am the Nerd Noob, and this is Urza AI. Today we're going to be taking subscribers' feedback and making some AI cards. Today we're going to be taking some subscriber feedback and making some cards that they have recommended to us. Redclaw87, I believe his name was, suggested Zealous Luxiodon. Let's forge that up and we'll be right back with you. Zealous Luxiodon is a 3 and a white, 3/3 creature elephant cleric that reads, when Zealous Luxiodon attacks, you may pay 2 and a white. If you do, untap target creature. With the flavor text that reads, the Matchless Inquisitor, the last truly free Luxiodon. Alright, so I kind of like this, and I think this could be used in a very situational way. That's a very interesting ability, 2 and a white for an untapped target creature. If you have some creature that whenever it untaps it does something cool, or maybe it can tap for a certain ability, that would be nice. And the art, well, I don't know how to feel about it. I have mixed feelings. I like it, but it's just not all the way there. I mean, that's what you get with AI, but I still love the fact that this AI does do Magic the Gathering art. I'm guessing there's like a city in the background over here. You have your Zealous Luxiodon standing on the path. Maybe like the walls of the city, and that's like a gate over there. And he's standing on the walls. Maybe he's guarding it. Maybe he is, in some way, he is the last truly free Luxiodon. So, I mean, I like it. We're going to move on to the next one soon. Next one of the subscriber cards that they want us to produce for you. And we'll see how it goes. On to our second subscriber card, also by Redclaw87, is Mantle of Kindness, which is a 2 and a white for a 2/2 creature human that reads Protection from Black, simply. And it has the flavor text that reads, it burns in a fire without residue. I want to say that this is situational at best, right? A 3 mana for a 2/2 is under the curve a little bit, but if it has protection from black and you're battling a black deck, then you know you're going to win with this, but it's still a little situational. If it was 3 mana, 3/3 protection from black, it would probably see some play, but just as it stands, probably not. I do love the art of this. You can see like a coven, maybe 3 people standing around, maybe a group of adventurers, and you can see they are like standing on the shoreline. There's this castle in the background. I love the art of this. I think the art of this one is probably one of the best I've seen of this AI. I mean, it is getting better. I swear it is getting better. It is learning from us, and it is getting better. And there's nothing left to say. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it get better. I'm happy for it. It's like I'm raising a child, you know? Bringing it into the world that is Magic the Gathering, and what it's going to be better than us one day, and I can't wait. I could see this being an actual card. In fact, I just want to see the art of this card on a Magic card. I might use the art of this card. We'll see. Well, on to our next card. Without further ado, here we are with the third card from our subscribers. It is Blooded Dagger, which is a 2 mana artifact creature spirit pirate 1/1. A spirit pirate is kind of weird. I don't know if we have too many spirit pirates, but that is awesome. That reads flying. Tap. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. And it has the flavor text that reads, The Corsair also carries a saber, the standard form of standard iron lance, and a dirge. Okay, yeah, so the flavor text makes sense, even if I butchered it up a little bit. The artwork is interesting. I mean, it doesn't look like a bloody dagger necessarily. It looks like a strange dagger. I don't know how you're gonna wield that necessarily. And then it has like a different, maybe that's a different image of the same dagger. Maybe that's the sheath in the background there. And then there's like a symbol, maybe like a messed up ink splotch. I have no idea. Don't ask me what the art is of this one. I don't know, but this is a very decent card. I would actually see this being played. This is a decent card. You have a 2 mana. It can go into any deck. I can imagine this going into either an artifact deck, maybe an artifact aggro deck, like we've seen with some Neon Dynasty artifact aggro decks. Or maybe instead of just an artifact deck, maybe a flying deck, like a blue flying deck. We've seen some blue flying decks in Arena. They were like one-handed to us, take to the skies or something. It was called something lame. But this one is interesting. I like it. I like artifacts. I love artifacts, especially like colorless artifacts. I want to one day have a very like powerful artifact deck that is completely colorless. And it's just like, oh, I'm a rebel against all the colors. That's what I want. I kind of want that. Somebody make me up a colorless artifact deck in Arena, and I'll see if I can craft it and beat people with it. That'd be pretty interesting. Maybe I should do some more Magic the Gathering Arena gameplay. And maybe you guys should tell me some more subscriber cards to generate. I should be able to do this more often. And we'll get them cranked out and we'll have a good time. So I think we have one more subscriber card, and then we'll go on to something interesting that I got a recommendation from one of my subscribers. Alright, I'll be back with you with the last subscriber card. Don't miss it. Okay, here we are with the last of the subscriber ideated cards. And we have Thinking Ahead, which is a 2 and a blue for an instant that reads, draw 2 cards. Target player draws 2 cards. You can think ahead is the flavor text, and it's from Raft Sludge. Maybe it's not Sludge. Slug with a silent E. I don't know. Maybe I'm butchering his name. Hopefully Raph doesn't come after me. This is a ridiculous card. I'm thinking to myself, target other player. But it doesn't say that. Can you target yourself with this? Do you think you can target yourself with this? Draw 2 cards and then target yourself to draw 4 cards in like a wizard deck or Trisadecaphile? File, not phobe. Trisadecaphile, where you want 13 cards to win. This card is ridiculously good. Ridiculously good, especially if you can draw 4. I was first thinking about it in the idea of EDH or Commander, where you're drawing 2 cards and you get to pick one other person and you would be like, hey buddy, don't attack me, I gave you cards. And then can we talk about the art of this as well? The art of this is very nice too. Like, yeah, it's a little bit abstract, like it does. It does abstract art. But whenever I'm thinking of this, I'm thinking about them setting up a camp, right, in the middle of the woods and pulling out books and papers, and you setting up like little, I guess, blankets and lights, like natural lights, maybe like a little mushroom luminescence, and they're trying to read and think ahead. They've probably got the map out, planning and thinking about what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? So they're thinking ahead, and with that, I just think that it's pretty awesome card. I love this card. Maybe it's definitely too overpowered if you're drawing 2 cards and you're drawing 2 more cards. Overpowered, it would never see any print. But I do love seeing these cards. I mean, I like imagining me playing with them. Maybe one day I can find somebody to play against where we both generate some magic cards and we play against each other. That would be awesome. Okay, well, I'll be back with you with something interesting. Well, this is the last of the subscriber cards for this video. However, if you want a subscriber card, go ahead and post it in the comments. Let me know what you want me to generate next. And we'll see if we can get something interesting for the next card. So stay tuned. Alright guys, I have been at this for majority of an hour. And I have finally found a card that I should show you guys. The interesting card that I was planning on working on. This is it. This is Wrath Sludge the Thoughtful. 3 and 2 blue for a 4 loyalty legendary planeswalker. Wrath Sludge. That reads +1. Draw a card. You gain life equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. -3. Target player draws a card. Okay, and then it has the flavor text that reads, I give to the second year student. Give me the answer I seek. From discard a card. So, this one is a little bit everywhere. It took me so long. Yeah, I can get the planeswalkers. I finally figured out how to get the planeswalkers to work. Yes, this isn't as open. Like, this isn't as from the AI as some of the other cards. However, we got a planeswalker. I wanted to see if we could do it, and we got one. But even whenever I was getting planeswalkers, I was getting them all the time with messed up text, with no loyalty whatsoever. And even this one is kind of meh. Like, yeah, their abilities would usually work. The flavor text usually works. And if you look very closely at this one, you'll see something that's interesting. You'll see that this is a mythic rare. I'm assuming that's a mythic rare. That's the mythic rare color. It's red instead of orange. It's a little bit off. But it's a mythic rare legendary planeswalker. That's super cool. They have the rarities in here. I have noticed I've gotten a couple rares, but I thought it was like a misprint. I don't know. I was just wondering like what in the world was happening. I can get legendary planeswalkers. I can do it. I have to go in and like kind of like finagle with it and get lucky and all these sorts of things. But it's really hard. And it's almost like playing a game of cat and mouse to try to get one with the loyalty printed. If it doesn't have loyalty printed, can it even be really played? I don't know. Well, I'm going to take from this card. I'm going to make a couple more cards. I'm so glad that you got to see something amazing. Maybe we can do more sagas or more legendary planeswalkers. Tell me what you want to see in the future. I'm going back to what I normally do, and we'll see what we can get. I'm thinking of seeing what the second year student was. Wrath the Sludge demanded of this second year student for an answer. Who is he demanding from? Stay tuned and find out. Okay, so here we are with second year student. It is 2 and a blue for a 2/2 creature human wizard. It seems to be an uncommon that reads, when an opponent casts a creature spell, draw a card. And it has the flavor text that reads, our opponents are raised from below, unworthy of our worship. So, I was wondering why was Wrath Sludge demanding of this second year student all these answers? Well, I'll tell you why he was demanding all these answers. He was demanding all these answers because second year student apparently has ridiculous power. He can draw you a card every time an opponent casts a creature spell, which is quite often. So that's ridiculous power. Wrath Sludge would love to have that power. But he's only a second year student because you can see even by his quote, he has a little bit of problems with a random hyphen. Is that not a hyphen? That's a underscore. A random underscore instead of a comma. No, that shouldn't even be a comma. Our opponents are raised from below, unworthy of our worship. Maybe he just mistypes a lot. You know, writes a lot. But look at this art. This art is awesome. Second year student blew my mind. I wonder who his opponents are. Why are they unworthy of worship? Opponents are raised from below. Raised from below sounds like an awesome card. We're gonna go to that, and we're gonna have a couple more cards, and then we'll call it a day. Alright. So here I was, being foolish and thinking raised from below would be some sort of creature. Dead wrong. Raised from below. 2 and a white for an instant that reads, when you gain life equal to the greatest power among creatures you control that share a creature type with another creature you control. And it has the flavor text that reads, Zendikar consider the comfort of their own realm, not the comfort of the rest of the world. And that is by Jahora Meddler. Jahora? What? Okay, well, Jahora's in there. So we have some interesting stuff here. Yeah, you know what? They are not worthy of your worship, second year student. I mean, second year student, this card is a little bit worse than you. So yeah, they're not worthy of your worship, and they are enemies. I was expecting raised from below to be red or black, but turns out maybe it's you know, resurrecting dead is kind of a wise thing, and raising, I guess, is healing, so it heals you. This is very niche. I don't think it's not good at all. I don't think it's good at all. So yeah, that's probably where we're gonna end the video for today. Let me know if you have any ideas for future cards. Tell me what you think they should be. Tell me if you want more Planeswalkers. If you want to try to figure out if we can get a Saga. It probably won't look like a Saga, but we can try to pull one out of this AI. But it's like prying teeth. We'll be trying our best to get it out. And make sure you like and subscribe. And see the next video that comes out. Alright. Peace.